Cristiano Ronaldo. The name alone sends chills down your spine. 5 Ballon d'Or awards, over 900 career goals, Champions League titles across England, Spain, and Italy. Records that seemed impossible broken again and again by this one man. But there is one trophy, just one, that has always escaped him, the FIFA World Cup. And now, in 2026, at the age of 41, Ronaldo stands at the greatest crossroads of his entire career. This could be his final chance, his last dance on the biggest stage in football. But will he actually play? Is he still good enough? And what happens to football? What happens to all of us when Cristiano Ronaldo finally walks off that World Cup pitch for the very last time? Stay with me, because today we are revealing the full truth, the complete story of Ronaldo and the World Cup. The pain, the glory, the heartbreak, and what 2026 really means for the greatest player of his generation. Let us start from the very beginning. The year was 2006. Germany was hosting the World Cup. A 21-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo stepped onto that global stage for the very first time, wearing the green jersey of Portugal. He was young, electric, and full of hunger. Portugal reached the semifinals that year, and Ronaldo gave the world a small taste of what was coming. He scored 1 goal a penalty against Iran, but his impact was felt far beyond the score sheet. Everyone watching knew this young man was special. Everyone knew his time was coming. Then came 2010 South Africa. Ronaldo was now 25 years old. He was already one of the best players on the planet. He had won the Champions League with Manchester United. He had won his first Ballon d'Or. The expectations were enormous. Portugal had a strong squad, but the World Cup is cruel, and it showed no mercy. Spain, that legendary Spain team of Xavi, Iniesta, and Villa, knocked Portugal out in the round of 16. Ronaldo scored just 1 goal. The tournament ended too soon, and the dream was put on hold. 2014 Brazil was perhaps the most painful chapter. Ronaldo arrived injured. He had been carrying a knee problem for weeks leading into the tournament. He played through pain, showing the world his incredible mental strength. But Portugal struggled badly. They were eliminated in the group stage. Ronaldo was visibly emotional. You could see it in his eyes, the frustration, the exhaustion, the sadness of a man who wanted it so badly but could not make it happen. 2018 Russia gave everyone hope again. Ronaldo was 33 years old, and he delivered one of the greatest individual performances in World Cup history during the group stage. He scored a hat-trick against Spain in one of the most dramatic matches ever played. 3 goals. Against Spain, one of them a stunning free kick in the final minutes to equalize. The football world went absolutely crazy. People said this was finally going to be Ronaldo's tournament. But Uruguay ended Portugal's journey in the round of 16, and Ronaldo once again went home without the trophy. And then came 2022, Qatar, the tournament that broke millions of hearts. Ronaldo arrived in Qatar under a cloud of controversy. He had just left Manchester United after a very public falling out with manager Erik ten Hag. There were questions about his attitude, his fitness, his commitment, and then his manager, Fernando Santos, made a shocking decision. He dropped Ronaldo from the starting lineup. The greatest Portuguese player of all time, sitting on the bench. Portugal actually played better without him. Gonçalo Ramos, a young striker nobody outside Portugal had heard of, scored a hat-trick in the round of 16. And when Morocco knocked Portugal out in the quarterfinals, the cameras caught something that nobody who saw it will ever forget. Cristiano Ronaldo walking down the tunnel, tears streaming down his face. A broken man, a legend in pain. That image stayed with football fans around the world for a very long time. And in that moment, many people thought it was over. They thought that was the end. Ronaldo walking into the tunnel in Qatar was Ronaldo walking away from the World Cup forever. But they were wrong, because Cristiano Ronaldo is not a man who accepts defeat. He never has been. His entire career has been built on proving people wrong, on silencing doubters, on getting back up every single time the world knocks him down. And so, instead of retiring, Ronaldo made a bold decision. He moved to Saudi Arabia, joining Al Nassr. People laughed. They said he was finished. They said Saudi Arabia was where careers go to die. But Ronaldo kept scoring. He kept performing. He kept himself in incredible physical condition. And most importantly, he kept playing for the Portugal national team. Now, in 2026, Ronaldo will be 41 years old when the World Cup kicks off in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The oldest he has ever been at a World Cup. And he is still here, still fighting, still dreaming. The question the whole world is asking is simple. Can he actually do it? Can a 41-year-old Ronaldo compete at the highest level of international football? The honest answer is complicated. Physically, Ronaldo is still remarkable for his age. His dedication to his body is legendary. He sleeps in multiple short cycles, follows an incredibly strict diet, trains harder than players half his age. His body fat percentage is reportedly around 7%, which is extraordinary for a man his age. By pure physical standards, Ronaldo has defied everything we thought we knew about football and aging. But the modern game is fast, brutally fast. The pressing, the intensity, the pace of international football at a World Cup, it demands everything from a player. And while Ronaldo's finishing remains world-class, his ability to press, to track back, to cover ground at high speed, these things have naturally declined. This is not criticism. This is simply biology. No human being, no matter how dedicated, can fully escape time. What Ronaldo still has, however, is priceless. He has experience. He has composure in big moments. He has leadership that cannot be taught. And he has that hunger, that burning, unquenchable desire to win that has defined his entire career. Portugal's squad for 2026 is actually very strong. Bruno Fernandes continues to be one of the best midfielders in the world. Bernardo Silva is world-class. Vitinha, Nuno Mendes, Diogo Jota. Portugal have real quality throughout the team. And with a strong squad around him, Ronaldo does not need to be the player he was at 25. He needs to be a leader, a finisher, a man for the big moments. Portugal are considered serious contenders for World Cup 2026. If they make it deep into the tournament, if they reach the semi-finals or the final, Ronaldo's experience and personality could make all the difference in those pressure-filled moments. But there is another layer to this story that goes beyond tactics and fitness. This is about legacy, about what Ronaldo means to football, about what the World Cup means to Ronaldo. Ronaldo has won everything, literally everything. Club football has given him everything he could ever dream of. But the World Cup has remained the one great absence in his trophy cabinet. And for a man who has dedicated his entire life to being the greatest, that absence is significant. Not because it defines him, his career is already one of the greatest in human sporting history, but because he wants it. He genuinely, deeply, desperately wants it. And that desire is what makes this story so compelling. Think about it from a purely human perspective. A man spends his entire life chasing one dream. He sacrifices everything. He works harder than anyone. He achieves more than anyone could have imagined. And yet this one thing, this one trophy, keeps slipping away. 2006, too young. 2010, knocked out early. 2014, injured. 2018, eliminated in the last 16. 2022, dropped to the bench and sent home in tears. And now, in what is almost certainly his final attempt, he gets one more chance. This is not just a football story. This is a human story. A story about persistence, about dreams, about refusing to give up, even when the whole world tells you it is time to stop. And that is why billions of people around the world will be watching Cristiano Ronaldo at World Cup 2026 with something more than just football interest. They will be watching with emotion, with hope, with a kind of investment that only the greatest sporting stories can create. Whether Ronaldo wins the World Cup or not, his presence at this tournament will be one of the defining narratives of 2026. Every match Portugal plays, every goal Ronaldo scores or misses, every moment he is on that pitch, it will carry enormous weight. If Portugal go deep and Ronaldo performs, the world will witness something truly special. A 4-1-year-old legend on the biggest stage, finally getting the moment he has chased his whole life. And if it does not happen, if Portugal are eliminated and Ronaldo once again walks away without the trophy, then that final image, that final walk off the pitch, will be one of the most emotional moments in the history of sport. Either way, this World Cup will be Ronaldo's stage. Either way, the whole world will be watching. So here is the truth that this video promised to reveal. The truth about Ronaldo's last World Cup. The truth is this: nobody knows how it ends. Not Ronaldo, not Portugal, not the coaches, or the analysts, or the pundits. Football does not work that way. That is what makes it beautiful. That is what makes it the greatest sport in the world. What we do know is that Cristiano Ronaldo will give absolutely everything he has. Every last drop of energy, passion, and desire will be poured into this tournament. Because that is who he is. That is who he has always been. A man who never stops. A man who never gives up. A man who believes with every part of himself that he can still make the impossible happen. World Cup 2026 is coming, and Cristiano Ronaldo will be there. The greatest story in football is not over yet. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more FIFA World Cup 2026 content. Drop a comment below. Do you think Ronaldo will finally win the World Cup? Let me know what you think. See you in the next video.